Kyrie, fill in, welcome. Today we're in John chapter 4, taking a look at verse 6. And yeah, there's no 7 in there, so it is only that one verse. Here is our rubric, everything that we're looking for as we go through this text. Let's go ahead and get started. With first, the correction that appeared in the note in the previous video. Somehow or other, I misidentified this. I think that I forgot that the word for there isn't spelled with a delta, but is different. So this is actually a third singular imperfect active indicative, and it means it was necessary, it behooved, it was behooving, all of those different things. Why behooved? Because I really like that word. So that is a correction. This is a indirect statement of sorts with a day from deo. So let's move on. Ein day a k. Oh yeah, kappa. It's right there. Pege tu Jacob ho un Jesus kekopiakos ektes hodoporios ekathedzeto hutos ep te pege hora ein hos hekte. And there we go. Ein we've seen many times before. This is our third singular imperfect active indicative from Amy, means was, de means and, okay. So since we've got a k there meaning there, the word that actually means there, and there was there, pege tu Jacob. Tu there tells us what case Jacob is. That's genitive, singular, and masculine, and that's a weird looking M. Pege is a spring or a fountain. We got the eta right there, so we know nominative, singular, and feminine. Period. Ho un Jesus. Jesus is seen before, especially with that article. We know he's the subject. Therefore, the particular Jesus. Kekopiakos. Omega sigma is our ending right there. And initially we would be tempted to think that that's an adverb, but remember that some participles, rather than becoming omega nu, they become omega sigma. And with the reduplication right there, that is what we have going on right here. So we've got kopiao, I think is our kopiao, kopiaso, ekopiasa, kekopiaka. So we've got perfect stem and nominative, singular, masculine, perfect, active participle. Therefore, the Jesus, having become tired, ek, prepositional phrase plus the genitive, tes, hod, yeah, that word. Verb right there, prepositional phrase has to end there. With alpha here, we know that, and the eta in that article, we know this is singular and feminine. From the, and this is from hodos, so way, por, probably poreu, oh my, if I'm remembering that principal part correct. So way, traveling, so from the journey, or traveling, way making, ekathedzeto, epsilon tau, omicron is our ending, so we know that's a third singular. We have what looks like an augmenting vowel here off of kathedzo. Since the zeta right there is still in place, this tells us that this should be the present stem with an augmenting vowel, and eto, especially as ending, we know imperfect. And main soto, therefore passive, unless kathidzo is actually kathizomai. And looking at my notes off screen, yes, I have that labeled as a deponent, not a passive. Indicative. So we could say he began to sit, was sitting, kept sitting, used to sit, or did sit. Began to sit, incepted, that could work. Since Jesus has just arrived here. Was sitting, that could also work, but I'm going to go with began. He began to sit. Houtos, thus. Ep, prepositional phrase, looks like with those sub-iotas, the dative. Singular and feminine. On the spring or fountain. Into that clause. Hora ein we've seen before. Hos hekte, hora with the alf right there. Nominative singular feminine. Hour was hos hekte, that's a number. Specifically, this is a ordinal? Yeah, ordinal. So eta, there is nominative singular feminine being linked with ein. Hos is just giving us, so that this can be an approximate. The hour was as or about. And then sixth. And that ends verse 6. Let's take a look at this from its own context. And there was there spring of the Jacob. Therefore the Jesus, having become tired from the journey, he began to sit thus on the spring. Hour was about sixth. All right. Now from verse 1. Therefore, as the Jesus perceived that the Pharisees heard that Jesus makes more disciples and he causes to be baptized more than John, although Jesus himself was not baptizing but his disciples, he sent the Jews away and he left again into the Galilee. But it was necessary that he go through Samaria. Therefore Jesus comes into a city of Samaria called Sychar, nearby the field which Jacob gave to Joseph, the son of him. And there was there a spring of Jacob. Therefore Jesus, having become tired from the journey, he began to sit thus on the spring. Hour was about sixth. Now, interesting that we've got having become tired. This just shows the humanity of Jesus. If you've been paying attention to the other weeks when I've been going through the Athanasian Creed, you know, a hugely important part of the Athanasian Creed is that Jesus is not only God, he is also man. And part of being a man is that you can become tired as he does here. So, cool confirmation from the Greek text of Jesus' humanity. He becomes tired. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope taking a look at this has been helpful for you, and I hope you have a very good day. Farewell.
What? You're still awake? Why are you still here then? You should be reading a book. Or if not reading, you should watch one of these other videos. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next week.